In the current world that we live in, we as a species seem to have a problem. That problem is giving anomalies a platform. An anomaly is defined as something different, abnormal, peculiar, or not easily classified. And unfortunately, as a source of entertainment, we have given some people a platform who wouldn't have it in the first place if they didn't have the thing that makes them stand out in the crowd. Like a whoa Vicky for, well, acting blacker than yours truly.
I got a message to all y'all gay ass niggas, all y'all pussy ass bitches.
Long neck guy for having a long neck, and many other social anomalies out there who make a career out of that in particular. But a commentary channel can make that a video, while I will make a basketball version of that subject. Now y'all already have an idea of what I'm about to talk about, as this video will be going over the same subjects, except we'll be talking about basketball players who are being carried up in the ranks for them being anomalies rather than their actual skill. Now I am super duper aware that the rest of this video will be controversial as fuck, but all I ask of you is to leave a comment on what you disagree with, and I'll be sure to respond as I look at every comment. Other than that, if this video does well enough, my next one will be a video about why I can't stand the current rotation of sports shows that we have now and what sports media in general has evolved into. If you want that, let's say the like goal is about 1,000 likes and I'll make the video ASAP and have it out next week. Other than that, enjoy the video with an open mind, and you already know who it is. Roll it!
He incurred an injury dealing with weights in the weight room, so he's stitched up in the left hand doing all this.
Now again, when it comes to what people will run to for entertainment when watching basketball videos, or at least some people, they want to see these anomalies. The biggest offenders of this is of course the biggest sources of high school basketball videos on the internet, Overtime and Ball's Life. They are always trying to find the next big thing if they are not recording top recruits all over America. In this case, they record these outliers of the high school basketball scene, and it's always with the biggest clickbait titles possible to make you think that they're better. But I'll talk about these certain players later, so stick around for that one. But what it does is bring clout to players who, in all honesty, does not really deserve it. But they just have it for being different in the basketball scene, and that's basically it. So rather than being looked at as basketball players with actual talent, they are looked at as more as a circus act, at least in my opinion. But with that being said, let's talk about some of these examples of players that I am referring to. My first example of this is a major character of my own channel, being Julian Newman. His rise to greatness was him being a 10-year-old starting at his high school basketball team. At first, he was thought to be the best in his class because of this achievement. However, after that is where his time on the internet started to go south, as he started being that one kid who was better than everyone at his age that turned into a 5'5" basketball player who gets into fights, dribbles too much, and shoots too much. Now I've made 5 videos on this topic, so for a more in-depth talk about this, check out the playlist in the description or on the top right corner of your screen. But to get back on point, this sudden change gives him even more infamy and fame through being more of a personality on the court rather than being an actual basketball player because of his antics. And to add further evidence towards this claim, y'all remember the video of Julian Newman going against IMG and how he ended up throwing a chair at someone during the brawl? Fun fact, he actually didn't even throw the chair.
Oh shit! Get right with his hand! Get right with his hand! Drop his hand! Get right with his hand! Oh shit! No nigga! No nigga! Oh shit!
It was actually somebody else in the fight. A lot of y'all are probably wondering why he didn't defend himself for a crime, a literal crime that he didn't even commit. My answer: to further the clout machine that was given to him by the lovely people of the internet. But let me stop. Just know that he fell off to the point to where he didn't receive any offers to play overseas or in college, as he is currently playing against basketball YouTubers as they use his name for clout. Again, due to the clout that was given to him because of his claim to fame, it ended up turning his basketball career into more of a joke rather than using it to develop it into an actual profession. Another anomaly that's been getting hyped up for being an outlier is someone whose name has been dying recently, and his name is Jazare Jackson. I'm sure y'all remember him, the 6'10" kid who played with Bronny on his summer AAU tour a couple years back. That was basically national news. He's another person within this spectrum. Now, a 6'10" kid at 14 years old is definitely something everybody wants to see, since he is so tall at such a young age. Plus, he is physically dominating his opponents at his age group, which you'd expect at his size and age at the time of him being 14. But again, he's another example of dominance in his original reign online, which is usually when these people are younger. Again, he was 14. To then be brought back to earth when going against better competition, especially just like Julian Newman when his age group gets older and catches up with him. Now I know he's a sophomore right now, so he has time to improve, but he has many holes within his game, like his speed, weight, athleticism, shooting, and not just relying on his pure mass to score and defend on top of many other things before he ends up dying on the basketball ranking scale more and more. But that won't stop Ball's life in overtime from using his name for profits for what he used to be online. Remember, for every video you see of him dominating smaller and less physical mature kids, there are tons more of him getting bitched by kids the same height, which shows the full story of some of these prospects that basketball social media outlets are hyping up for what made them special years ago. Plus you had the Cash Nasty videos. I think those performances will be a turnoff for a lot of scouts out there. And the last example of a character type of player is a person who goes by the name Baby Escalade. Here's his actual name up on the screen. I don't know how to pronounce that. I know I'm black and I can't say black name. You know what? Just lay it on me in the comments. Don't do it right now. The 6'7", near 300-pound point guard. Yes, that is a lot of weight for a point guard. This example isn't exactly the biggest name compared to the last two I just talked about, but he is in the category of a Julian Newman where he's becoming a character due to his anomaly. But again, let me repeat myself, he's a 6'7", 300-pound point guard in parentheses. Now we can all agree that this type of archetype would never work in a real life setting, but whenever he goes to a camp and show off his handles, it's an automatic video for Overtime in Baller's life to take. And again, you heard me right, camps, not games, because even with his physical attributes, he is not a force in the paint at the high school level, mainly because of his weight, but that's what makes him Baby Escalade. His name is of course dying because of his claim to fame being his handles, and being a point guard isn't true since he plays center and isn't even all that good at doing that at the high school level and can only do what he wants at camps. And for my character claim, yeah, he's over here making videos like this. But again, this video isn't made to make fun or bring down any of these players. I'm just trying to bring light that a lot of these players like this are only where they are now because the physical differences that they have from most people. Most of these people are big from the time when they were younger and more dominant than their own age group. Then when their age group starts to catch up is when they start to get exposed. Again, there are many more examples of this type of stuff even on the professional level, like Taco Fall being in the league because of him being 7'7" and a fan favorite because again, he is very tall. Can't wait for those Taco Fall comments now. Hey guys, what's up? It's Alvini at 3:45 in the morning editing, but I wanted to add one more thing to this list. LiAngelo Ball getting signed to the Thunder's G League team and then them using him for advertisement and everything for people to come out to the games to see him play. And then how he didn't get one single minute out there on the court while the rest of the team got some minutes. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is a real thing that happens out there in the world. We live in a pretty fucked up place right now. Anyways, back to ending the video. Anyways, again, this video was made to bring awareness and context to the type of entertainment we consume as basketball fans. Now, if you're into this type of stuff, then all the power to you, but at least be honest about their talents as players. People are at the top for a reason. It's not due to popular vote like an all-star vote, it's because of the skill, not the highlights that create the highlight hive mind like the constant Julian Newman comments I used to get when I talked about how he isn't all that good and people would use his highlights to defend him. It's about the all-around skill. Being physically dominant can only go so far, scoring 30+ points a game can only go so far when there's context involved, and being a 6'7", 300-pound point guard, well, that's never gonna fucking happen. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video and learned something new, as my vision for this channel is to inform and entertain. Again, this video wasn't made to spread hate, but some criticism is needed when evaluating players and providing context, especially when basketball social media outlets hype otherwise mid players to the absolute tippity top. Anyways, again, what do you think about my thoughts on these players? All replies will be appreciated in the comment section below as I read all of them and respond to a good bit of them. Again, like this video for more weekly basketball content. Check out my social medias for the inside life of Alvini and other channel news. Check out my Twitch where I stream weekly and have to go through shit like this all the time. 2, 1. And lastly, if you want to talk to your boy, there is always my Discord. Links are in the description. And with that out of the way, this is your boy, Alvini Linguine, saying peace. And seeing these players almost losing to fucking Cash Nasty just makes me want to cry sometimes.